Hi everyone, welcome to today's reading. I'm going to focus in on connecting with sister. So I've purposely shifted my just kind of charm chart here over, so we're focused in on sibling. This is anybody that meets that definition for you, definition of sister, and they can be still present, in your daily life, or this could be someone whose soul's already crossed over. It's just us tapping in to see what kind of messages that maybe if they are present, they're just not sharing with you, right? Sometimes we think things and we don't share. And of course, if they've crossed over, they're going to send in messages of love and some advice. So we're going to dive into the charms first here. Okay. And I'll pause anywhere that I can feel movement, if they're pulling my hand. And I'll move over to the other hearts if the message they're seeking is over there. I'm getting some movement here. I'll just pause for a second. And I'll shift anything that I think they meant to have on a different tile, and then we'll add in some cards. Okay, there's not really much, so I'm gonna see if it's over here by dad or mom. Okay, there's some movement up here. So I'll bring the sheet into focus. Once the charm drops, unfortunately, I just gotta wait. I think it's off camera right now. Okay, I'm just going to slide this in. I'm going to finish checking dad's heart. And then we'll go over mom's just to make sure. Okay. So these landed both kind of here, but you know what? I'll just flip it over because the elephant was facing that. So, okay. And then we have a believe in yourself charm on top of believe in yourself. So similar to the brother's reading, the sister soul energy coming in here is confidence, kind of this lack of confidence. So I'm just going to do it so we have just what we need in frame. Okay. Crooked for you. And now we'll add in some tarot cards here. Build out the message, get some further details and clarity about explicitly what they're looking to focus on, and hopefully that will help you to resonate and kind of see your sister's energy here in the messaging. What I'll do is I'll put cards across the top for this group of charms, and then I'll do cards across the bottom here for this charm. There might be more cards, just because it's pretty light on charms. You know what? All three stuck together, so I'll keep all three. I'm just going to see if they did want to have more cards to kind of be more elaborative. Maybe it's because sisters are generally more chatty, more energetic in our presence. We're someone that they love opening up to. Okay, so I'm just gonna tune in. I think I'm down here with the believe in yourself, though. I do think that's kind of where we want to start. So I'll just group these for now. Just kind of pile them like that, just so we have room for the 4 cards here. So believe in yourself is the main message. I think I've said it like four or 5 times now. But my I love soccer charm is very much the same thing. It's about believing in yourself, loving yourself. And the reason for that is the soccer ball, the white and the black, always makes me feel of the yin and the yang, the 2 halves of self, mind and heart, finding perfect balance. So you might be struggling right now with head over heart or heart over head. So maybe you're not making balanced decisions, or maybe your emotions don't really feel balanced right now. So sort of your head space and your heart space are flip-flopping here. So we're just going to go straight into the cards because there wasn't too many charms here. So this is very clearly emotional. I just spoke about head and heart not matching. This is heart fueled emotions that are coming out or that you want to release. You could be a ball of fire on the inside. Sometimes we withhold or hold in our fury. So you could be dealing with a lot of feelings that are kind of in the anger space. So disappointment, anger, frustration, aggression, sort of that space. Uh, it's interesting that we're getting, the twins here, infinity, black and white balance, this duality, and you're screaming here. So if this is a sister loss, and you're coming here to connect with her, this is a deep pain. Like this is if it's not a literal twin sister, it's that type of connection, right? This infinity. Your souls are so kin-like. Um, the saying, sister another parent. Like it's that kind of undeniable. We're just so well paired, so well suited here. And it's all green, which is Archangel Raphael's uh, color, right, for his healing angels. So if this is a deep pain, if that's why you're in the that emotional space, I was saying the battle of head and heart, the flip flopping, it could just be you're going through the healing process here, the grief process here right now. If she's still around, maybe you've had a very heated argument here that has caused some separation here, like you've lost your right arm, right? And they're likely feeling the same. If they come to the reading as well, they're going to get the same message. So the two of you are both feeling hurt in this situation, but there's definitely words. And if there wasn't words, whatever actions happened, there's a lot of anger towards. So there's either distance here, but this is a sister that is like like I said, your right arm, a close relationship. I don't think a lot of time passes without you not speaking. That kind of pairing. So if you and your sister are quarreling right now, if there is something between the two of you, I do see making the peace possible. It might not be until the seasons turn, as I'm kind of drawn into this as kind of the wheel and the foliage. So, another season might have to pass. Summer might have to pass before the forgiveness, the olive branch, the peacemaking, the coming back together starts. Because you can see the steam coming off, right? So the hurt is still pretty fresh here. But you're communicating, you're hugging it out. There's not a lot of motion here, right? It's cooled off. So maybe you're still in this cooling off period. You're still in your healing phase. If your sister has crossed over, if you're here to check in, this is just her hugging you from heaven, right? This is your sister's soul, spirit, trying to soften your I want to say shell, but it's not shell, right? Um, just kind of soften this. You might be because you're in recovery. You might be quick to flare. You might be shifting in your emotions, like your emotions might be swinging. So they're just calming you down. That's what I mean by calming you down, helping you to better manage and acknowledge when your emotions are starting to shift. So it's not a flare up. In terms of this card being paired with a sister that has moved on, this is just acknowledgement that it takes time, right? The wheel's going to keep spinning season after season after season, and they're always going to be with you here, continuing to comfort you. Um, full recovery is never expected when it's the loss of a sibling or a loss of someone close. Recovery does always continue. Trying to make sure they're all on camera. Okay. So, regardless of scenario, there seems to be a lot of a lot of hurt here in the heart. But there is potential here for healing and peace. Going back to sort of more of that calmness. Okay. So starting with the charms, and we have the elephant walking confidently away from "I'm sorry for the past." So there's an apology here from your sister. I don't know if maybe you're here because a heated argument happened. You were separated at the time of her passing, so you don't think that she knows, how you feel. She's here apologizing, so that could be the scenario too. But there's an apology here, and follow your heart is sort of where the elephant was pointing at, and this is about going in the right direction. Charge ahead. You're going in the right direction, which was healing that we saw here. So you are going in the right direction in terms of moving forward from your feelings. And this could be your sentiment as well. You could also be feeling "I'm sorry." Now, the reason I'm saying that is because both hearts have the arrow through, right? The double hurt here, the pain. We saw that here, the double the hurt was going both ways for sisters that are quarreling. And then the arrow through the double heart is acknowledgement of, as I was saying, the closeness, the type of sister relationship that the two of you had. And it is pointing at there's nothing to be fixed. So we can't change the past. We can't change how things transpired. We can only move forward, right? And that's that sentiment there. Let's see what the cards are. I think I'll be able to get them all on camera okay. So it's not the chakras. It's not our aura or our seven chakras. That's not the placements. That's the sense I'm getting. And again, the green healing of Archangel Raphael. So this whole body healing, not just the emotional space, but like your whole self. So again, we're coming back to the type of sisters that you were, right? If you're healing your whole body, so you've lost a part of you, you've lost a limb, you've lost half of you, the black and white, the yin, the yang, and now you gotta heal your whole body to bring that part back. If that's extending the olive branch or just through your grieving process here. Now this is what I like to see. We're going from breathing fire to drinking water, right? So you're in a much calmer space, a much more controlled emotional space. And maybe that's just from being able to receive the apology, even if it's just through this reading. Souls that have crossed, sometimes they have to go through readings like this to extend their apology. But I feel like, again, if maybe the majority of you are sisters in a fight, because I feel like from this point onward, it's like clear sailing. Like there's a greater understanding between the two of you. the heart center is getting filled up again. They're replenishing. Um, they're making up for the hurt, and then some. It's a waterfall. It's a constant flow of water here on top of your flames. Even the fact that it's the second card, so that it is positioned to put your flames out, is pretty interesting as well. Okay. Is our scene. Oop. What I'm really taking away is the dragon here trying to lift this boulder, right? Like the scale of it. And then the hands reaching out saying, like, don't worry with that. Don't bother with that. So I don't know if things have been blown out of proportion. I'll start with, if your sister has crossed and moved on, I feel like they're trying to say, don't bother sitting in this space. The woulda, coulda, shoulda. You're carrying this heavy weight around with you for no reason. They really want you. Like, look how forceful the hand is slamming the knight here into the wall. They want you to stop, and it's the red dragon, right? Flashing red light, flashing red stop sign. Both cards are red. Like, stop carrying this around. You don't need to carry this around. If it is a fight, this is probably the context of the fight. Again, it's heavy on your heart and mind. We saw that battle here. So you need to kind of stop and move forward, right? Stop carrying and just kind of walk forward. The knight's not carrying the boulder, and not even in full gear. He can walk pretty lightly here. So I think the reason they're drawing me down to the ease of the walking forward, the pants, I think closing this gap, recovering from this fight, is probably easier than you think it's going to be right now. You probably think it's going to be like moving a boulder. Maybe you think, like, I will never change her perspective on this ever. She's never going to listen to me. She's never going to understand. And there's like an acknowledgement of, actually, no, whoa, you might be pretty pleasantly surprised if you just take this easy step forward and reach out or say hi. I think you'll be surprised by the response, by the reaction, which we already know is this waterfall of emotions. Apology. So I'm just trying to get the camera to, there we go. Right? They're going to come in with acknowledgement, apologies, changed demeanor in whatever you fought about, but it's overflowing, right? Your bond is rejuvenated here, and even the sense that it's water, and I said rejuvenation. What helps our body, what makes us healthy, what makes us feel better, water. So there's some repairing here to do with your sister. Like I said, if you're both currently like in a disagreement or not seeing eye to eye on something, and it's been prolonged, there's definitely this sense of distance. So this would be the two of you not talking longer than you usually do. It's sort of that feeling. And then if she has crossed, whether you weren't talking at the time, there was tension between your relationship, or maybe you feel like the last thing you said to them wasn't the greatest, or you just weren't talking and you're very hurt because you've lost half of yourself. They've acknowledged, but they are saying, I'm here, right? You haven't really lost half of yourself. Keep talking to them. They are around. You'll see the signs because they're always sending you love and comfort. So again, going into this healing space, there's a lot of healing here, healing throughout the season. There's no set rhythm or pace, right? There's no right pace for healing either. That's why it's a wheel. So if healing right across, goes nicely right across here, kind of cutting through the red, right? Cutting through all the anger. Even in this card, the anger is behind you, right? The red curtains are behind the two of you. So this is definitely something you need to just do your best to move forward from it. And I don't want to be repetitive in my words and my language, but they do want you to, you know, acknowledge and apologize for the past, but follow your heart by moving forward. Right? The elephant was all about charging forward, reconnecting, recovery, getting back to yourself. We started off with talking about you and balance and feeling whole and feeling yourself again and loving yourself again. So you probably don't feel that balance right now. So next time we check in on with our sisters and our sister souls, hopefully we're out of recovery. Wow, you choked me up there. So maybe you're like, no, don't even check in with me. There's no way, no how am I going to repair my relationship with her? Because I was about to say, maybe you've reached out. We'll check in and see how you've repaired things. But you know what? Well, I'll just come into the next sister reading open-minded. Maybe we won't even touch on this topic. So hopefully you were able to at least get some messages and connect with your sister, or at least your sister energy, and know that she's feeling the same. If she's not comforting you from heaven, she's equally missing you and hurting the same. So definitely reach out if you can, if you have the courage to do so.